pig butchering scam. It's a scam in which you will meet someone on an online dating website, and then they will convince you to buy a lot of Bitcoin, especially Bitcoin, not any other cryptocurrency, but Bitcoin, and send it to them. And it sounds super stupid, but it's true, and a lot of people have fallen for it. I have been checking the Bitcoin address of the person who scammed me, and they've been taking a lot of money out of other people, so it's not just me. And hopefully you'll watch this video in time so you don't fall for it. And if you do, I just want to let you know that there's still hope, that there's still a chance to get your money back. But you will have to be very, very smart. You'll have to outsmart them. You will see why I was able to, thank God, get my money back. It was a nightmare. It was a very dramatic roller coaster, but I outsmarted them. All right, so let's just get to it, because it's a long story. I'll try to make it as short as possible. So anyway, so I met this guy on Grindr almost a month ago, and he was Chinese. I'm every time I quote this stuff is because I'm still not sure if this is true or not. But basically, his name was Carl. His profile. So I had just come out of a relationship that didn't work out, and I was very, very disappointed. I really wanted to be in a relationship where we both took care of each other. So I was kind of vulnerable. And when I met Carl, he said, "I'm looking for a boyfriend." And I was like, okay, that's what I'm looking for too. So then we moved on to WhatsApp. He said, "Are you on WhatsApp?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." I already had WhatsApp. And he told me that he worked for, I told him I'm a server at a restaurant. And he said, I also have a restaurant. And then he sent me a couple pictures of his restaurant. And he said, and I'm here in the US, I've been here for 2.5 years because I want to explore the market and see if I can set up another restaurant here. And then he sent me another couple pictures, and he said, okay, this is the other restaurant that I have. And I was like, oh, so you don't work at a restaurant? He said, no, I own the restaurants. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. And then we talked about our hobbies. I'm a person who really likes learning about everything. So when he said that he traded Bitcoin, I was like, okay, I've never heard of that. I just buy it and hold it. So I thought, okay, so that kind of like piqued my interest. Oh, and also he said, I started with 100K 3 years ago, and now I have 900K. So to me, it sounded like he really knew how to trade, right? And then we just kept talking about other stuff, and at some point I said, we can meet in person, we can have some coffee or lunch together. And he said, no, because I still don't get my second shot, the second COVID shot. We just moved the conversation to something else. And then he sent me a screenshot of the money that he'd been trading that day. And he said, look, I made $2,300 in a couple transactions that I made trading. And I was like, oh, that sounds cool. But I was never very interested in making money with him. I just wanted to be with him, you know? But then he sent me a screenshot of the website that he was using, and then he said, whenever you want, I can teach you how to trade. And I said, okay. He told me, why don't you just log into my account and see how I trade? And I was like, okay, sure. So I used his username and password, and I actually saw his balance, and he had 900K in crypto, like USD in crypto, in Bitcoin. So I thought, okay, this guy's real. Like, this is what he said was true. And I even trusted him even more because I thought, okay, he gave me his username and password. You don't give your username and password to anyone, like not even for your email account, right? Much less for your crypto wallet. So So I thought, I mean, if I wanted, I could just like steal all his money and send it to my wallet. But I thought, no, this guy trusted him. I'm never gonna do that. So he sent me that screenshot and he told me how to trade. He said, okay, so you'll see these statistics that are on the screen. When I tell you, it was like 3 o'clock. So he said, at 3:03, tap on the button that says buy, and the amount you're gonna put like 10,000. And I was like, okay, so I did it, and then there's like a counter, because you can do these things in like brackets. There's like a counters, like 30 seconds, 1 minute, 5 minutes, an hour, and then 12 hours or something. So if you use the 30-second bracket, then you get a 15% profit if you win, right? And then then there's a minute. A minute, I think it was 30%. But the more you each bracket has a minimum amount to invest, to trade. So the first one was I think $100 was the minimum. So he told me, why don't you invest some of your money? I was like, well, yeah, that sounds reasonable. So I sent, I think, like $300 to my account. I created my own account, and then I said, okay, I have 300 now. He was like, 300, that's nothing. No, he said, that's trivial. Why don't you put in more? And I was like, well, yeah, he has 900K. Why can't I send a little bit more from my wallet, right? So I sent some more money to my wallet. But okay, here's the thing. You would not send it to your own address. Every time you wanted to send money to your wallet, you would have to contact customer support via WhatsApp and ask them for a BTC address, a Bitcoin address, which to me sounded a little bit suspicious. Usually when you register on one of these exchange websites, you can see your Bitcoin address. But every time I wanted to send money to my wallet, I had to contact customer support. So that kind of like was like a red flag to me, and I contacted another friend who's also does crypto stuff, and I said, hey, have you heard of this website called Coin? And he said, oh yeah, I've heard of it. It's a small platform. And I was like, okay, as long as it's not a scam. I even remember making that little joke, and he said, yeah, I just use Coinbase. And I was like, okay. Also, the website that I was accessing was not Coin at all. It's Coin, yeah, I later found out that it was a Japanese platform that then turned into something called Liquid. But anyway, so I started trading with him, and I think the first time I traded with him, I made, I don't remember, like $300 or probably $600. I can't remember. But anyway, so I was like, okay, well, I think I've made some money, right? But the problem was that he never taught me anything. He was more like, when it's at this time, you put this amount, and then you just tap on the red button or the green button. But I was like, I'm not like, okay, I'm following your instructions, but I'm not really learning anything. And then he asked me, like, okay, so why don't you put even more? And by then I think I had like 7,000, and I said, well, no, because I already have 7,000 here. I can start using the 30-second, the 1 minute bracket, right? And he said, no, it's not a very smart move if you put more than I don't remember, like 40% of your portfolio in trading. It has to be way less than what you have. So I started buying more Bitcoin. I already had $7,700. We traded for like 2 days, and then the website disappeared. The website was just gone. It disappeared, which is when all those red flags started to emerge. Like, I started really paying attention to them, because one of those red flags also was that I asked him for a selfie, and he sent me a selfie that was not consistent to the person. It was not the same person from the other selfies that he sent me on Grindr. And I said, hey, this is not you. And he just laughed a little bit, like he sent me the laughing emoticon. And I was so stupid, because I thought, okay, instead of thinking, okay, this guy is a scam, I said, oh, it's okay. If it's not you, you don't have to send me a picture of someone else. I will totally respect your privacy. I know, I'm so stupid, right? So anyway, I trusted him, but some part of me was still thinking, this guy's not real. But by then, it was already too late when I realized that the website had disappeared. And then that's when I started, like, I don't remember why, something told me, okay, why don't you look up on Reddit? So I didn't even go to Reddit. I went on Google and said, scam, Bitcoin, money, Chinese, something like that. And then it took me to Reddit, to this thread that had dozens and dozens and dozens of people saying that they've been scammed in the same way. And I was like, fuck, I lost all my money. Oh yeah, but at the same time, on this thread, there were two people who were able to get their money back. And one of them said, they are, like the key word to me, the word that stood out to me said, these people are greedy. She said, in my case, what I did was I told them that I needed to withdraw my money so that I could ask my bank to get more money, but they needed to see that I had that I had some money so that they could lend me some more. So they accepted, and I got my money, and I was like, okay, I can come up with something like that. But so I started thinking, but first I thought, okay, Marco, please don't panic right now. It's not over yet. I was still in touch with this guy, with Carl, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna ask him if he is able to open the platform. And I asked him, and then he said, yeah, I can't open it either. Why don't you contact customer service? So I contacted customer service. Hey, is there any problem with your platform? I've been trying to access it, and I can't access it right now. They said, thank you, dear. The website is going through an upgrade. So I didn't do anything. I was like, okay, I'll just be patient. So I just told Carl, oh yeah, they told me that they're going through an upgrade, but they'll be up again soon. And so the next day I contacted them again, and I said, hey, do you have an ETA for when your website will be ready again? And they said no. So I was still in shock, and then I thought, well, I still have Carl. Because I still kind of refused to believe that he was also into this, right? But by then it was just the truth was so clear. So I asked him, oh yeah, so I was like, hey, you know what? I got this, my bank. So I called my bank, and I told you the other day that they blocked my card. I'm not able to buy more on crypto.com because they thought it was a suspicious activity. But they told me that I could that I could have another credit card, which would not be blocked at all, for 52K, and it's approved for 52K. And so he said, oh, that's so cool. You can invest more. And I said, yeah, but I'm not gonna invest the 52K in just one go. I'm gonna put first, I don't know if I should put 10K or 15K. What do you think? I was still making plans with him. And I said, well, I think 10K is sensible. So I said, okay, so I'll just be waiting. I'm already gonna buy it on crypto.com to be ready to transfer it to the platform. And I said, okay. So 2 days later, I was so stressed out because I thought, okay, this has to work. They have to let me use the website again. So a day later, I get a message from the exchange from the exchange platform, and it goes, dear exchange users, we have now moved on to this other platform called ccfoxes.com. You can access it through here, and best of luck or something like that. And I was like, okay. So I contacted them and said, hey, so my previous account with the previous website, with the Coin website, now that you've moved on to this other one, can I still trade with you? And they said, yeah, so you just have to register again. I was like, oh my God. So again, every time in any exchange website, you have to send a valid ID, a real ID. So I sent them again my valid ID. Fortunately, I'm not living in that place where my ID still says it. So I sent them like you have to send the front, the back, and you also have to send a selfie with you're holding. You have to send them a selfie holding the ID. And I was so scared and frustrated, and I just thought that I'd lost my money, but still I was able to manage to smile in that picture. I sent them like a selfie, like kind of like this. Like I was so happy to continue trading with them. And and then I told him, oh hey, so I'm ready to start sending more money into my account, but I can't still see my funds from the previous website. Do you know if what can I do to get the previous funds onto this website? And they said, hold on a few minutes. And then a few minutes later, my funds were there. So I accessed the website, and then I withdrew all the money, and I never got it because they control the website. It's not like you send it and it automatically sends it to your wallet. It goes through them. So I thought, okay, yeah, I didn't get it, but during this time I was like, should I just take like 5,000 or 300? Because previously with the previous website, some part of me didn't really trust this guy, didn't trust Carl, or it did, but it didn't. And I trusted him, but I didn't trust the platform. Like, there were a lot of red flags that I just wanted to ignore. I just wanted to silence. And just to silence one of those red flags, what I did was I just remember like withdrawing $300 without even telling him. I just withdrew $300 from that website and sent it to my crypto.com wallet, just to see that it worked. And it did. Like a few minutes later, I got it. So I was like, okay, it worked. So this platform is legit, right? So then, without even telling me, even again, what I did is I put those $300 back in, and even more. Like, I put even more money in my wallet on this platform. So I had that precedent, right? So when I tried to withdraw the money and I didn't get it, I contacted customer service and I told them, hey, I'm trying to synchronize my wallets just to make sure that I can transfer my money from the new platform from my crypto.com wallet onto your platform, but I still don't get it. And I said, and I'm trying to send 15K, but I just want to make sure that the platform is working well. And they said, oh, okay, give us a moment or something like that. Okay, so I got my money, and it took 2 hours for me to get it. It was not that fast. At first, if you've transferred money using like these exchanges, first you get a request of a deposit. It's like crypto.com said, we have received a request for a deposit. And usually when you get that message, it's like, okay, yeah, it's like 10 minutes later you'll get your money. Well, it didn't take 10 minutes with me. It took about 2 hours. So during those 2 hours, I was like, these fuckers probably just... I've never looked into this, but I think it's not possible. But because once you send the money, it's basically irreversible. That transaction is irreversible. So they sent it to my wallet, and 2 hours later I got the confirmation, and I checked my wallet and I was like, 7,700. Okay, I got it. Yes, what can I do now? All right, so I was so panicked. I was like, okay, these people are gonna steal this money again from me. Like, I don't know how they're gonna do, but what they're gonna do, but somehow they will be able to steal that money from my address, because they already knew my address. So what I did was like, okay, I have another wallet on a different platform, and I sent all of that. I was like, I don't care about the fees. I just want all my money away from them. So I sent it to that wallet. Yeah, I got it. I got everything there. I put like a lot of passwords, and like the biometric password, the fingerprint, and then the numeric password, and the authenticator, like the one that changes every minute. So it's like super safe over there now. And then a few minutes later, after I got the money, Carl contacts me, and he goes, "Hey, would you like to trade with me tonight? Are you ready to put in your money?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm ready to put in my money, but I still haven't received the money that crypto, that the platform sent me. I was just trying to synchronize my wallets and I never got it. And it goes, that's strange. Okay, just be patient, but put in more. And I was like, no, I just think this platform is not really reliable. It's been very slow. I tried to access it the other day. No, sorry, I was trying to access it and it didn't take my password. I had to reset it. Which, by the way, when I try to reset my password, it sends you like a verification code to your phone. And that message that you get, it had a misspelling as well. So I was like, okay, these guys don't really they don't really pay much attention. Which, by the way, the new website looked much better than the previous one. The previous one looked really fake, which I don't know. Like, I should have listened to that instinct, but I just trusted Carl. The next morning, he contacted me again and said, have you gotten your money yet? And I said, no. Then like a few minutes later, I get another transaction for $180 and I realized that they deposited me $180 under the concept of VIP loyal member or something. So they sent it to me. Like I didn't even, when I saw that, I was like, I'm not gonna touch it. I just wanted my money back. But they sent it to my wallet, which I did. And I got that transaction. Of course, again, I got it. And then Carl contacted me and said, hey, I contacted customer service and they said they've already sent you the money. And I said, yeah, I received $180. So I got that, but I still don't get my money. And he said, I don't believe you. I don't think you haven't received that money. And I said, look, and I sent him the screenshot with the transaction history on my crypto.com wallet. But I caught the transactions, the previous transactions, and I just sent him the other one, the new one, the $180 one. And he said, why don't you send me the whole screenshot? I want to see the whole screenshot. And I was like, oh my God, like he's gonna find out, right? But at the same, at this point, I was like, I don't care anymore. Like these guys are stupid. And I already got my money back, so I don't care what they think, right? So what I did was I photoshopped the screenshot and I deleted the 7K transaction and I just like cropped it and I put all the previous transactions and the $180 one and I said, look, you see, I never got that money. But of course they're not that stupid, because if you can go to blockchain.com and you can see that you can just type in the address of a certain wallet, and you can see all the transactions. So of course they were able to see that I did get the money, that I received it, that it was confirmed, and that I later sent it to another wallet. So it was just like I was just denying the undeniable, right? But I was still trying to like play stupid with them. Lesson learned, I'm not gonna trust people as easily anymore. It's a little hard because I was already heartbroken from this previous relationship, and then I meet this guy who gets my hopes high, and then it kind of like broke my heart again. But other than that, I think at least I got my money back, right? So that's one thing to be happy about. And another lesson to be learned, because I know that a lot of people are going through this. A lot of people have lost money, a lot of money, much more money than I did. Some people are like, I read this thread on Reddit, and it's like reading horror stories. A lot of people have lost tens of thousands of dollars because they got scammed. I watched this video of a girl who lost, I think, 80,000, and then another video of another girl who lost. She didn't mention the amount, but she said she lost all her life savings, which is heartbreaking. Not only you lose your money, you also you stop trusting people, and then you feel like an idiot. I don't think if I hadn't got my money back, I don't think I would have been telling this story. So yeah, I can't imagine how many more people are going through this right now. I already reported this of course I reported those two websites. I reported these two WhatsApp numbers, which another red flag was that Carl's phone area code was from Orlando, Florida. So and he's in California. Like, he was in California. I guess the last thing I want to say is, please, if this happens to you, please don't fall for these stupid scams, okay? And I'm saying stupid, but I fell for it, so it's not that stupid. I mean, they're smart. They like groom you into it. They take their time. They're not like right away tell you, hey, you should invest in crypto with me. No, they take their time. They change the conversation. They mention a few more things about crypto, and then they switch to another thing just to pique your interest. But in the end, don't feel bad if you fell for it. I did. I was able to escape. I feel like one of those deers that go to drink in like a river, and then the crocodile grabs them, and then they don't let them go, and then at some point they get distracted and they open their jaws, and like the deer is able to escape, right? I was a deer. But if this happens to you, please don't. I mean, I know you're gonna feel bad for it. It's totally understandable. You will feel stupid. You will feel like, how come I didn't see all of these red flags? But at the same time, I think it kind of speaks a little bit about you and how much you trust people. I trust people. I think this will help me. I mean, now I have a little bit of trust issues with online dating, but not trusting people in general, because that's just the way I am. I don't think I'll change anytime soon. But I guess I'll just be a little bit more careful, but I will still be on my quest to find someone, probably using online dating. I'll just be a little bit more careful and try to verify a person's identity first. Tell everyone about it. It's still going around, and it's horrible. Okay, take care, have a great day, and good luck.